Thanks for checking out my System.io digital store tutorial. Here I'm going to be showing you how to create a digital store in System.io. It's pretty straightforward, and if you'd like to follow along, you can click the link in the description to do that and follow along for free. Let's begin. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is going step by step. Once you are logged in and in your System.io dashboard, what you want to do is hover over the website section and click on digital stores. This is where I am right now. You probably shouldn't have a store here, it's probably going to be blank. Nevertheless, what you want to do is click on the blue create button right here. Alright, very straightforward. You want to give it a name. So if you're going to be using this, say, on a social media platform like TikTok, Instagram, whatever it's going to be, ideally you're going to want to use something that's similar to either your brand name or your name itself. I just put Island of Marketing just to be a little creative. You're going to have your URL path here, domain name, you can use System, that's fine. Language, change that if you need something different and click on Save. Alright, so our store has been successfully created. Now, there's going to be a few things that you can do here overall. We have our settings right here. We have edit design, and in my opinion, you're probably going to want to do this last, and that's just because you're going to have so much going on here that your design's not really going to show up too much in the beginning, so we'll do that at the end. We have the ability to add a new product, and we have the ability to add a new section. First things first though, let's go with editing header. So let's click right here on edit header. Alright, so store display name, once again, this could be like Marketing Island. And you can do a very quick and witty bio. Give me one moment and I'll get back to you with that. Alright, and for me here, I put where tools sparkle, clicks happen, and your next favorite software is always just a wave away. So that's going to be what it looks like here. We also have some social media links in case you want to put them there as well. So as an example, I'm going to go through and get some of these very quickly. Alright, and for me, I just put my TikTok here. There's also going to be there's YouTube. There's plenty more, and just keep in mind that you are aware of how they work here. When it showcases these right here, they just want your username, but as you can see here with some of the others, they're going to want your full length address here. Like this is just going to be your username for X. Facebook's going to be the full thing. So if it just says your username, then you just want your username like that. That's something to keep in mind. Of course, last but not least here, we have our logo or our picture. I'm going to add mine right here. Alright, and perfect, there's going to be my logo. So that's ideally what you're going to be doing in this section, and don't forget, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can click on save. And of course, if you want a spot where people can reach out to you, this is going to be a section for email as well. That's probably an important one in case you want that. Let's click on save. Alright, so that's going to be what the top of your profile looks like. Once again, this is going to be where we're spending the most amount of time with the products. You can add sections, and I just want to go with these settings right here. Let's click on settings. Alright, so this is going to be the name, the URL path, accept payment methods. So if you have already done this previously, you'll be able to check these off. Let's say you want to add Stripe and PayPal, that's going to be fine. If you want to display an affiliate badge to earn lifetime commissions, you can do that. And there's going to be some SEO stuff. Chances are high you're not going to be ranking in for SEO with a lot of the things here. So I mean, not super important that you do that, but if there's anything else you wanted to change here, you can do that and click on save. Great, so it has been successfully modified. Let's click back on our title here. Now we can start adding some products or within the products section. Let's click on add new product right here. And as you can see here, we can redirect to an external link, we can collect emails, we can sell a digital download, and we can sell a course. I'm probably going to do maybe 2 of these or so, or some of these are just so easy to do, right? So let's say we want to start with this one. We want to redirect to an external link. Let's click right here. And this is easily going to be the easiest one to do, right? So title is going to be right here. So we could do check out System. All right, and so this is going to be this section. So as you can see here, this is just going to be an example. If you want to edit an image, I'm not going to go through and keep doing that. It's very straightforward. Click on your thumbnail, upload an image, you're going to be good to go there. So we have our title. So let's just say we're going to be recommending System here. It says check out System.io. We have the button where it says click me. You can also do like tap here, especially if you're going to be throwing this on Instagram and TikTok. People are mostly using, their iPhones or just their smartphones, whatever it's going to be. So a lot of people are going to be on mobile overall. So you could always do tap here, like to continue or to try for free, something like that. So just something to keep in mind. Doesn't always have to be tap. You could always just do click. People know what it means, but if you want to be a little bit more targeted, you can do that. And then this is going to be the subtitle. Click the button below to try System.io for free today. You have your URL right here, and you can always save it as a draft, but if you are good to go, just simply click on publish right here. All right, and as you can see, this is going to be our first section in our digital store. Okay, so let's say we want to add a new product. So once again, as you show here, it says add new product, but it doesn't mean it's always going to be an actual product. Next, we're going to do is collect emails. Okay, so let's say we want to just get some emails with that. We can click there once again. Same thing, business as usual. We're going to have our thumbnail. And let's just say we can get like a free cheat sheet or subscribe to our newsletter. So how about free software cheat sheet? Okay, get the latest news and updates. Let's change that a little bit more. All right, discover the 40 best software tools for building and growing your digital business. You can always do something like enter your information below. Okay, and then we have email and first name. Now, in my opinion, I would definitely not make it required, and I'd probably just delete this. The more information that you have to collect, the less the chances are that someone's going to opt in. And since email is just the one form they have to fill in, I like that the best, okay? And you could do something like click here to subscribe. Once again, tap here, click here, it's up to you. But I like having a call to action. Not only is that the subscribe button, but I want them to click there after they enter in their information below. Okay, so that's gonna be that section. Let's go to next. As you can see, there's just going to be a thank you page. So right there, they get taken on the screen. Thank you. Check your email inbox. We could say something like to get your free software cheat sheet. Okay. Very straightforward, very simple. Thank you. Not a whole lot going on there. We're also going to have the options. So we are going to need to do the automation rules. But before we do that, let's just go and publish it. All right, perfect. And as you can see, now we have our redirect link. We also have our free software cheat sheet. You can also move these up and down if needed. So whatever the most important thing is going to be on your digital store, make sure that's up on top, okay? So if someone chooses to click on your digital store and they see this, what's going to be the most important thing? Ideally, you're going to want to put that up on top. That's just going to be a quick tip for you, okay? However, we're not done yet with our emails yet. What we want to do is keep this here, and in another tab, I'm going to go to emails and I'm going to click on campaign. I'm just going to open it up in a new tab. All right, so we want to create a campaign here so they can actually get what they were looking to download, right? So let's click on create. All right, and for this, I'm just going to call it the digital store campaign. I am using my email address here. In case you haven't actually confirmed your email address, I will leave some links down below in the description that can help you do with that. It is not too difficult at all. It's just going to take some time for it to verify, so I don't want to go over a lot of the technical stuff, but I will leave the links down below so that can help you out in case you're stuck with the process, or you can always reach out to System. I remember doing that and they got back to me in like 30 minutes. They're very quick with their support. That's something I really like. Nevertheless, let's click on Save for creating a campaign. All right, so the campaign has been successfully created. Now what we want to do is click on it. Okay, and what we want to do here is click on Create. All right, and so this is going to be the subject line of your email. So keep in mind, this is going to be if they maybe subscribe to your newsletter, if they were getting a free gift. So I like making the subject similar to what they have access to. So if you did do a newsletter, it could be like something, thank you for subscribing to our newsletter. I like putting click here to access your cheat sheet or software cheat sheet. That way it reminds them that this is what they were looking for, and it makes it a little bit easier for them to find, okay? Sender name is James Canzanella. You can use your name or your brand. You have your email there. Classic editor is going to be fine. And let's click on save. All right. So the idea here, very quickly, let me give you a quick kind of template that you can use. So you want to congratulations. You want to give them the gift. All right, so going back to this, we have the congratulations section. We want to give them the gift. We want to let them know the benefits of future emails. This is where you sign off, James, whatever your name is. Maybe your name is James, maybe it isn't. Probably isn't, right? Since there's so many names in the world. And then at the end, if you want to add a cliffhanger. So this is going to be the template here. So let me just kind of walk you through this. I'm not going to type it all out, but I will go over kind of an idea of what you can expect, just kind of based around your niche and topic. Mine's going to be obviously based around digital marketing and software. So right here, I want to say, hey, once again, thank you for opting in to get your free software cheat sheet. As promised, you can click the link right here to get access to it, as well as a few unannounced bonuses. Aside from that, be sure to look out for my emails coming out in the future, as I'm going to be talking about many things such as the most popular tools for building and growing your online business, how to get a 70% opt-in on your squeeze pages, how to double your traffic without spending more on any advertising, and so much more that I think you're really going to love. all in all, that's about it for now. I want to say thank you for opting in once again. Be sure to access your free gift. Sign off, James. And this is going to be optional, a PS. You can put really anything there, but cliffhanger is going to be great if you have, say, something else you want to share with them maybe the next day. Could be a valuable video, could be a training, could be another bonus, but it would be something like, oh, and by the way, make sure you check the email from me tomorrow as I have a very special bonus for you when it comes to blank. And you can fill in blank with a big benefit when it comes to getting more organic traffic, without having to pay for it, or getting more leads overnight without having to close calls, whatever the big benefit is going to be for you there. So that's going to be an idea of how that works. When you have your gift as well, this is going to be how you can link to it. So you just highlight the text that you have, you click on your link right here, and this is going to be, say, if you have an ebook, you can upload it on system.io. You can attach it as a file too if you needed, but even if you uploaded it, say, to Dropbox or to Google Drive or maybe to a separate website, wherever it's going to be, this is going to be where you put the link, and of course, click check when you are done. Okay, so pretty straightforward, right? Everything else is going to be business as usual. That's going to be the template. I hope that helped you out. I wanted to make it as broad as possible so that regardless of what your topic is, maybe you can kind of fill in the blanks as well, okay? So what you want to do now is hover over this and click on Save and Publish. All right, perfect. So this is going to be immediately. So we don't really need to change much. It says 0 days. We want them to get it right away. This is going to be fine. Let's click on Activate. Perfect. And if you go back to the actual campaign right here, you're going to see that the status is now on check. Okay, so this is done. Now what we want to do is go back to our other tab right here. And what I'm going to do is right click and simply just reload the page. All right, perfect. And the reason for that is because I want this page to know that we have now created a campaign that we can connect it to. So let's go back to our email section right here. Let's click on Collect Emails. And what we want to do is go to Options. Okay, so this is going to be the automation rule. And this is going to be the reason why we created our campaign so that we can set up an automation rule for it. So whenever they opt in right here, they're going to get that email we just created. So let's click on Automation Rules right here. And it says, oops, it looks like it's empty. Of course it is. Let's click on Add Rule. All right, so we have a trigger. Let's click on plus right here. All right, and this is going to be the only trigger whenever they subscribe to the collect emails section. Let's click on that. This is going to be on our store. This is going to be on the specific page. That's perfect. So whenever this happens, we want our action right here. We want to do subscribe to a campaign. And of course, we're going to pick the campaign that we just created. In this case, I called it Digital Store Campaign. We're going to do save rule. Perfect. And it has now been created. Fantastic. Now we want to click on publish. Okay, perfect. So what's going to happen is that when someone goes in there, they put in their email, they do click here to subscribe, they're going to get taken to the thank you page, and then like a few moments, maybe 30 seconds, sometimes quicker, a minute, whatever it's going to be, they're going to get that email in their inbox where they can get their free cheat sheet. They are now on your newsletter, whatever the main goal was. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let me give you one more example as well when it comes to adding a product. So let's click on Add New Product. And for this one, let's just say we want to sell a digital download. So let's click right here. And of course, once again, I think you know the process. We have our thumbnail right here. This is going to be the digital product name. Let's just call it Marketing Island. Why not? And since it's called Marketing Island, I might as well just change the thumbnail to the one that matches. Perfect. Buy now is fine. So get instant access to Marketing Island after purchase and start transforming your marketing today. Pretty bland, pretty basic, but that's something that you can definitely use. I'm not a huge fan of exclamation points, so I'm just going to keep it as that. Let's go to next. This is going to be our checkout page. So if you have an ebook, this is going to be a good section to put it there. Maybe it's a title, maybe it's a course bundle. It could be a lot of things, but whatever your ebook's going to represent, that's going to be your image there. So get your hands on Marketing Island. Now let's just say it was Marketing Island. Okay. And this is going to be where you can go ahead and just kind of change this around. Get instant access to product name after purchase and start transforming your, once again, I'm just going to put this here. And this type of product is designed to help you, okay, and then just giving a lot of benefits and so on and so forth. So you can really be free to add whatever it is you want here. You know your product better than anyone else, but Really, if you wanted to make this as simple as possible, go through and just highlight some of the biggest benefits, and you could just do a bullet list of what it's going to help them out. So let's say I did have a marketing island ebook here. It's going to allow someone to, all right, and just as an example, I put get organic traffic from multiple social media platforms, stop spending an arm and a leg on paid traffic. So if someone was paying, say, a king's ransom, as people like to say, and they just want to go the organic traffic route, you can do that. Get leads and sales around the clock, even while you're sleeping. Automate the process with fantastic software. Get done for you prompts to help free up more time. And you could just go through and find more and more and more and more. In fact, if you wanted to go to ChatGPT, they can certainly help you with that as well. Like, I'd probably do a separate video about that, about how to kind of take whatever's in your ebook and just extract all the biggest benefits out of it so that's as pleasing to the person who wants to get it, all right? That's where selling obviously comes in, but I'm going to keep it kind of basic and bland here. I would just keep going on and adding more bullets. That's probably going to be one of the easiest ways to do it. If you have testimonials, you can add those in as well, but pretty standard, pretty straightforward. The idea here is that these are going to be some products that they can just kind of impulse buy. Like, hey, this is something that can definitely help me out. The price tag isn't huge. Let's purchase it. Plus, I like the person who's selling it. That's also usually another big reason, right? People buy from people and brands because they really like them. They like their content. They like their value that they bring, and so on and so forth. But all in all, I can always do a separate video when it comes to selling a little bit better. But I wanted to kind of keep it here so you know at least how to set it up, okay? Once again, we have our info right here. We have first name, and it seems it's just going to be email and first name. That's fine. We have price plans as well, so we can click right here. We want one-time price. We have subscription and payment. This is going to be fine. If you don't have a price plan, of course, what you can do is click on create a new one. So I think this was like island of marketing, something like that. I've done a marketing island one previously, so I just want to make sure I differentiate it. Once again, I'm going to copy this here, and we can do like ebook. Okay, so this, I'll just probably do marketing island. So let me move over this to talk about this very quickly. It says, when a customer makes a purchase from you, a short description about that purchase will show up on their statement alongside the charge. So this is very important that you put something that whenever someone makes a purchase from you, they know what or who this is. Okay, so it depends on what your brand or your name is. Whatever you use more and whatever most of your audience is going to know you by, when people are watching my YouTube videos, they're like, who the hell is James Canzanella, right? I go by Marketing Island. They see my mug every now and then on my thumbnails, and that's pretty much about it. So I personally would go with Marketing Island. If I was using a James Canzanella brand, I would probably use that. You understand what I mean? This is just important so that when they go to see their statement, they don't see something, they're like, what is that? I don't remember buying that, chargeback, okay? That's how it happens a lot of times, because if it said something like Super Media Info, they're going to be like, who is that? I don't know what LLC that name. I don't remember buying anything from Super Media Info. Okay, so I think I'm hammering home that point. Make sure they understand and know what this is right here, okay? That'll help just reduce chargebacks, customer support headaches, and so on and so forth. I don't remember buying this, okay? So make sure they know. I think we're good there. Let's say this is going to be just a simple $7 ebook. That's fine. Let's go with save right here. Okay, so we have the island of marketing right here. Looks fine. If we hover over this, $7, one-time payment, marketing descriptor, price plan name, that's fine. We can set up payment methods. And once again, we've had this previously, but I'm going to use these two. And let's do next. Let's do marketing island, ebook. And this is going to be where you can upload your digital product. So give me one moment. And I already have something that's very similar. So right here, I have the island traffic method. So ideally what you would do here is if you have a PDF, you're just going to upload it right here. I already have one, so I'm going to use this as an example. I'm going to click on select. Okay, and there you can see the island traffic method. If you did want to go ahead and actually delete that, you can do that and add a new one. Now we have our confirmation email. All right, so this is very straightforward. You got product name. So like, download, you can put your product name, marketing island, ebook. Just make it very clear that this is where they can access it. You got access to the product name, to marketing island, and the downloadable file links is going to auto populate, so you don't need to do anything right there. If you did want to add anything else, like thanks, James, whatever, sign off. Very straightforward. We have our sender name here, business as usual, add your own name. We also have our email address. Once again, I will have those links in the description if you want to see how you can add that in and verify it. Last but not least, let's click on save. Aha, so that's going to be our confirmation email. We have next, okay, thank you for your order. Instructions to access your resources have been sent to your email. Please check it out. So you can say like instructions to access, yeah, that's fine. Or you could just say something a little bit similar, to access your, ebook, make sure you check your inbox right away from, James Canzanella or from Marketing Island. Or you could even say something like the email will be called, click here to download your specific ebook, whatever it's going to be called. You can make it as specific as possible so someone knows exactly what to look for. Nevertheless, that's going to be the digital products section. Let's click on publish. Perfect, and the changes have been saved. And remember, as we talked about before, whatever the most important aspect is going to be, we want to make sure it's up at the top. So something like this, where they can actually buy now. All right, so now we want to edit the design. Remember I talked about how it's best to do this towards the end, just because we didn't have anything in the beginning. Now we have more to work with, and we can actually see what the design is going to look like. So let's click on Edit Design. All right, so this is going to be the one that we have here. When you pick one, you can change around the colors and the font. So we can just kind of go by and click through. If you want more of a purple vibe, this one's going to be darker. So everything is going to be up a little higher as well. This is going to be a bigger picture. So might not work with a circular logo. Like if you had a bigger picture of yourself, that would work very well. Okay, and just because you don't like some of the colors, you can obviously change those around. This one's not too bad. I kind of like that one where you can actually see two of these things here. We have this one here. It's going to be a little bit darker. Once again, that's probably going to be better if you had a bigger picture of yourself. This one's not too bad. I kind of like the colors overall. And there we go. So this is really going to be aesthetics, which one you think looks the best. I like that one personally, and I think this one as well. And I could easily change this around. So instead of instead of orange, it could be a little bit more tropical, maybe a darker green, something like this. I think that doesn't look too bad. So say we wanted to go with that one. You can change around these colors if needed. And let's just say we wanted to do apply theme. Alright, so the changes have been saved, and that's going to conclude the tutorial. But before we finish, let's go actually check out and see what it looks like. Let's click on the view button right here. Alright, and so here's going to be our System.io digital store example. This is going to be the top part. We have our YouTube, we have TikTok, we have an example of what we're all about, we have our logo, and of course we have our different themes. So if you wanted to check out System.io, we can click right here. As you can see, it's going to go to System. Let's go back. And of course, when they subscribe, they're going to go through that process. But let's check out the actual product right here for the Marketing Island. Let's click on Buy Now. All right, and of course, I didn't change too much around when it comes to this. It says get your hands on Marketing Island now. Email, first name is going to be $7. You can go with card. You can go with PayPal. Say you want to go with Stripe. And this is going to be where obviously they enter information. And of course, we have Buy Now. When they are done with that, they're going to get taken to the thank you page. And of course, from there, they can go to their inbox to actually get what they had purchased. Alright, and so that is going to conclude my System.io digital store tutorial. I certainly hope that this helps you out when it comes to get up and running. It's fairly straightforward. It's kind of very similar to using the rest of System.io, except you're using it in a digital store, so that you can use this, say, on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, wherever it is you want to be, you can use it. If you got any value out of this, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't gotten to check out System.io, I will leave a link down below in the description where you can try them for free. And if you made it all the way to the end right here, a virtual high five for you, I will leave that link for you down below in the description as well. That can help with building and growing your digital business if that's what you're into, of course. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.